Today we're knocking out two classic quests in free-to-play old school RuneScape, Prince Ali Rescue and Doric's Quest. Both of these are very worth doing early on in your account because they give you free access to useful areas, they give you solid XP, and they save you a ton of time later on. If you're new here, hi, my name is Joss, and this is my Surviving Free-to-Play series where I walk you through everything that you need to know to set up a brand new free-to-play old school RuneScape account. If you're following along with me, here's how to get both quests done quickly and painlessly. First up, it's time for one of the most iconic free-to-play quests in old school RuneScape history, Prince Ali Rescue. You do need a handful of items for this quest, so if you don't have the time to go to the shops, then I would just recommend getting everything you can from the GE. You'll need 1 soft clay, 3 balls of wool, 1 yellow dye, 1 red berry, 1 ash, 1 bucket of water, 1 pot of flour, 1 bronze bar, a pink skirt, 3 beers, 1 rope, and a minimum of 100 coins. It is recommended to have an amulet of glory for this quest to make the teleporting just a little bit easier, but it's definitely not needed. You will need to have the ability to survive a jail guard or multiple jail guards that are level 26 that will be attacking you. And the rewards are 3 quest points, 700 coins. And the best part of it all is you no longer have to pay the 10 coin toll whenever you're going in and out of Kharid, at least on the Lumbridge side. Obviously, you still can walk around, but oh my god, that is one of the biggest headaches ever. Not to mention when you forget to bring your 10 coins and then you have to run all the way back to Lumbridge because you've already home teleported and your home teleport doesn't come back for another 20 minutes. Yeah, no, it's not fun. I don't enjoy it, don't recommend it. Honestly, I probably could have done this quest at like level 20 combat and just survived the jail guards attacking you because I feel like I've spent so much money going in and out of this city. It's insane, and they better put my tax money to good use. But we're not going to get into that today. You're going to start this quest by going to Kharid and you're going to talk to Hassan in the Kharid castle. He says, "Greetings." You ask him if there's anything you can help with, and he says that he has an urgent issue that needs to be resolved. Start the quest. He says, "You'll find our spy master Osman just outside the palace. Go to him and tell him I sent you. He will fill you in on the details of our problem." So I'm going to run out to the entrance of the palace and talk to Osman. Oh, where did he go? There he is. You tell him that Hassan sent you and that there is an issue. He basically says that Hassan picked an interesting person and he doesn't understand why Hassan chose me to take over this task over anyone else. And I say, I just asked if he needed help and he said yes. So kill me. That man is far too trusting at a time when we must take extra care. However, if he has made his decision, I'm not going to question it. Still, you should know that I will be keeping a close eye on you. You say, fair enough. So what's the issue? He says, Prince Ali, heir to the Emir of Kharid, has been taken. My spies have already discovered where he is being held, but we need someone to make the rescue. You say, well, I'm sure I can manage that. How do I go about rescuing him? He says, the prince has been taken by a group of bandits led by the self-proclaimed Lady Kelly. They're holding him in an abandoned jail just east of Drainer Village. According to our information, Kelly is the only one able to freely move around the area. For you to get the prince out, you will need to disguise him as her. She will, of course, need dealing with first. You say, why can't I just go in and kill her and the bandits? He says, and endanger the life of the prince in possession? No. There will be no unnecessary risks. We need to do this with as little bloodshed as possible. You say you make a fair point. Do you know what Kelly looks like? He gives you a description and says before you go, there's one more thing. You'll need a key to get the prince out of his cell. Kelly has the only one. You could steal it, but that seems like a risk we should avoid. You say, but if she has the only copy and I can't steal it, how do I get the key? He says, if you bring me an imprint of the key along with a bronze bar, I can show you how to make a copy. You should be able to get an imprint of the key using some soft clay. Of course, you'll need to find a way to get Kelly to show you the key without causing suspicion. I'm sure Leela can help you with that. You say, it sounds like I should head over to Drainer Village and see Leela. He says, indeed, do you have any other questions? And I don't have any other questions, so I'm just gonna get going. So the next place that we're going to be going over to is Drainer Village. We're going to be going to the rope trader named Ned, and he is in this building right here. I'm not going to bring any items on me because there's a bank right across, so I will see you guys there. Now that we've made it to Drainer Village, I just took out the items that I needed from my bank, which is the yellow dye and the 3 balls of wool. So I'm going to talk to Ned that's here. And he just says, hi, you can call me Ned, man of the sea, but it's past me now. Could I be making or selling you some rope? You select option 1 and say, could you make things apart from rope? He says, I'm sure I can. What were you thinking of? And you say, how about some sort of wig? He says, well, that's an interesting thought. Yes, I think I could do something like that. Give me 3 balls of wool and I might be able to do it. So you hand over your 3 balls of wool and he gives you a pretty good wig. From here, with the yellow dye that you have in your inventory, you're going to use it on the wig to create a blonde wig. Next up, you're going to take the red berries, ashes, pot of flour, and bucket of water over to Aggie, who's just right next door to Ned in Drainer, and she's going to make you a skin paste. For the next step, you're going to take soft clay over to the jail that's just east of Drainer, which is right here on the map. Be careful, this is the spot where the jail guards will start to attack you, and they'll attack you as you're walking up to the door. But once you get in, you can close it and then kind of lock them out and they won't attack you anymore. I'm going to talk to Lady Kelly and you're going to kind of butter her up a little bit. You're going to ask her if she's the famous Lady Kelly, leader of the toughest gang of the bandits around. She says, yes, you've heard of me. You're going to select option 1, heard of you. You're famous in Gilnor. She says, that's very kind of you to say. Reputations are not easily earned. I've managed to succeed where many fail. You say, what's your latest plan then? She says, why do you want to know? And you say, well, I was actually hoping to join your group. She says, join us. Interesting. I suppose you do look the type. You'll of course need to properly prove yourself before we'll let you join us. However, what I can tell you is that we currently have a very valuable prisoner. If all goes well, he will make us very rich. You're going to select option 2. How do you know someone won't try to free him? She says, there's no way to release him. The only key to his cell is on a chain around my neck, and the locksmith who made it died very suddenly. Yeah, coincidence? I think not. She says, there isn't another key like this in the world. You ask her if you could see the key. She says, why? You say, it'll be something I can tell my grandchildren when you're even more famous than you are now. She says, well, I suppose there's no harm in letting you see it. After all, there's no hope of you stealing it. She shows you the small key. You select the first option. Could I touch the key for another moment, please? She said, well, only for a moment then. As you touch the key, make an imprint of it using your soft clay. You say, thank you. She says, you're welcome, but run along now. I'll need some time to consider your request to join us. Now that you have the key imprint, you're going to use it with a bronze bar in your inventory at any furnace, and then it'll make you a key. If you're still in Drainer Village, the closest furnace to you is going to be the one that's just north of Lumbridge, right here on the map. So like I said, now with the key print and the bronze bar in your inventory, you're going to use the key print on the furnace, and there's going to be a pop-up saying create a key using the key print. You're going to say yes. And now you have a bronze key. After you make the key, you're going to come back to Drainer and you're going to look for Leela. She should be walking in between these 2 fields right here. Make sure in your inventory you have the bronze key, wig, the skin paste, a rope, 3 beers, and the pink skirt. Once you've made sure you have all of those, go ahead and talk to her. You say, you must be Leela. Your father sent me to help rescue Prince Ali. She says, yes, he sent word ahead that you'd be coming. Are you aware of the plan? You say, yes, in fact, we have everything we need. She says, good work. Now, before breaking the prince out, you'll need to find a way to deal with his personal guard. He's talkative, so try to find a weakness. Remember, we don't want any unneeded violence. You say, all right, I'll go have a chat with the guard. After talking with Leela, you're going to go back into the jail and you're going to give Joe here 3 beers. So gave him the first one. He says, yes, that's lovely. Something good to wet his throat. Hand him the beer. He drinks it. You ask if he wants another one. He said he shouldn't. He doesn't want to be drunk on duty. You say, here, just for later, I hate to see a thirsty guard. Oh, you hand him both of the beers. He takes a sip of one and then quickly drinks them both. He says, that was just what I needed to stay on guard. No more beers. I don't want to get drunk. And then you're going to use the rope on Lady Kelly. You overpower Kelly, tie her up, and put her in the cupboard. Okay. I'm assuming it's a cupboard. Then next you're going to use the bronze key on the prison gate. Prince Ali, oh my god, he's poor guy, he's pacing. You're going to talk to Prince Ali. You say that you're here to rescue him, and he says, thank goodness, what's your plan? You give him the disguise for him to put on so that the guards don't notice him outside, and then you guys escape together. Or I guess he escapes. Now I can just leave. After rescuing Prince Ali, you're going to make your way back to Hassan in Kharid and you're going to talk to him. He says his son is home safe. Please take this payment as a thank you. And you are welcome, because I swear, if I had to pay another 10 coins to walk through that damn gate, ooh, it gets old so fast. You know, the first couple times you're like, my money's going to good use. This is okay. Good use. But then you forget the 10 coins and then you have to run back and it's just... No. Now it's time for Doric's quest, so I'm going to head over to his house, which is just a little bit north of Falador. You can find it on the map right here. You're going to talk to Doric to start the quest. He basically wants us to become unpaid labor and collect a bunch of ores for him. You're going to select the option that you wanted to use his anvil, and he said, my anvil's good enough work with his own use. He can make pickaxes, and it takes a lot of hard work. If you could get me the materials, I could let you use them. It says, before starting this quest, be aware that one or more of your skill levels are lower than the recommended. So I believe the recommended level is 15 so that you can mine your own iron. But I will say, if you already have the ores from a different quest or from your own mining, if you're higher than level 1 or 2 mining like I am, then perfect, you can just use those. If not, I did have to go mine everything myself, with the exception of the iron ore, because like I said, I think I'm only level 1 or 2 mining. So I didn't bother training up to 15 because I know that I get 1300 mining experience and that will probably get me quite close. But either way, you're going to start Doric's quest and tell him that you'll get him the materials. Unnoted, you'll need 6 clay, 4 copper, and 2 iron ores. Copper and clay are pretty easy to get at lower levels. It just takes a little bit. So don't worry if your player is sitting there hitting rocks for like 15 seconds before anything shows up in your inventory. But once you have everything, you're going to come and talk to Doric to start and end the quest, because this is literally the only step. There's nothing else that you have to do. So I'm going to hand him over all of the ores. And there we go. We finished the quest. We got 1 quest point, 1300 mining XP, 180 coins, and the use of his anvil. Now let's see. Okay, so if I'm level 2, I'm going to predict that that's going to get me up to level 13 mining. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, I was so close. Level 11. So that is one of the best things about getting this quest done so early on, is that I basically just got 9 free levels for just giving him these 12 ores. But there we go. 2 massive early quests completed. Also, I had no idea that that light was in my face for probably like the second half of the video, but that's okay. Hopefully it looked cool at least. But there we go. We now have an increased mining level and permanent use of the Kharid toll gates. This account is starting to feel way more efficient, even compared to where we were 1 week ago. Let me know in the comments what your favorite free-to-play quest is in Old School RuneScape. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you're new here, I'll see you in the next episode of Surviving Free-to-Play. Bye!